Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Just a couple of silly friends talking about serious stuff.
Good evening.
Good evening. I would like to apologize for the state of my plants. I've been away last couple of days. Next week they'll be right as rain, but oh boy. Looking at them now, it's it's breaking my heart.
Aw. It's hard to
So,
tell from here.
yeah.
You got this muffin on me. She just thinks that I'm her favorite place to walk on. My parents got her a little foam disc shooter as a holiday gift.
How's she liking it?
She's having fun. We put it in tissue paper and shoot it, and then she pounces into the tissue paper.
Oh,
It's very cute.
that's very sweet. I went back to childhood home for the holiday and had a really wonderful time.
Aw,
It was
that's
really
great.
sweet. My dad passed a couple of years ago, and it's still weird, like not having him around.
Mm-hmm.
Like holidays are weird, but there can still be joy
Yeah.
in grieving.
So we have some comments.
Oh, comments on not what I was expecting. Two friends react to crazy ex-girlfriend with Limber and
Enough.
wow. Comments, you say?
Yeah. This week we're going to highlight a comment thread because it's such a great example of the kinds of conversations that we were trying to foster when we started this channel, and we're just really happy to see the back and forth.
Yeah. This conversation is with Naiko and Joel, and it's just beautiful. If you want to like read the whole thing, just everything talking about how we're resonating with each other and resonating with the characters and being able to see yourself in someone else and watching them process their hurt and having that be a way that you process your own hurt. It's really yeah, just makes me really grateful to be part of the program, part of this whole thing.
Yeah, it's so heartwarming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you, and I'm glad that this was a space where whoa, you could let out some of that beautiful intimacy with the world.
Yeah. So last week was, wow, it was a big episode.
Holy crap, they kissed.
Sure did.
Oh my god, they kissed.
And Greg saw, after he left Heather.
I'm just gonna go back to the text thread about this because I found that to be very insightful.
Oh.
Saying that Greg chases Rebecca the same way Rebecca chases Josh.
I see the similarities.
The same way that they just believe the only love for them is unattainable. And then get mad when the people don't change.
Well, Rebecca didn't know that he was unattainable at first when she first moved there.
Mm-hmm.
But it hasn't stopped her.
Right.
And now they have definitely crossed a line. A line they were really edging on before.
Well, if Josh has the capability to open up to his friends, a couple of episodes back, when Josh invited all of his friends to interrupt what felt like a date in between him and Rebecca,
The group
he was
hang.
able to articulate, hey, I felt weird with just being with her alone.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the ability to communicate when he's not feeling okay.
Yeah.
I just this feels so, I mean, if you can, I know this isn't fair, but I just like, if you can say hard, difficult things to say, then why not say them to her?
I have a hypothesis. Because he doesn't actually want to sever that connection. He's trying to figure out a way to keep it going. Because he likes the attention.
Mm-hmm.
I know there were phases when I was younger when I allowed flirtations to continue that I may not have really considered serious because I just appreciated having the attention. I'm glad it's a phase I've grown out of. I've talked with enough people to know that it's a fairly common experience, that people often lead others on or allow infatuations to continue. They're all in their 20s. I mean, it was a lot of my early 20s.
You gotta churn that shit out. Yeah, these are the things you figure out. These are the things you look out for.
Yeah, I think it just occurred to me that I also spent a lot of my time really dissociated from my feelings. I didn't really know how to identify them. And so it was hard to really talk about it. But like you said, Josh does know how to articulate that. So it's not really the same. Is it the same thing? It's tricky.
It's tricky. I mean, then he kissed her. So I guess he is comfortable after all.
Exactly. Or he got over it during their whole case process, even though Valencia very clearly said, don't do this. Yeah, to me, it seems like he's trying to play both sides.
Mm-hmm.
He wants plausible deniability, and he wants to flirt.
Plausible deniability, like, it just happened.
It was a group hang.
There
were a bunch of people there.
Yeah, they went to LA. They had the big upswell of people who are all going to be involved in this class action lawsuit, and that was ultimately lost because of some really gross mental health struggle shaming.
Yeah. And Audra Levine.
Oh yeah, Audra Levine. This is what happy looks like.
And it was nice to see Rebecca choose integrity and not choose the cheating path of using the stolen documents and have it work out well for her.
Yeah. And if she can hang on to that integrity, at least for the sake of her job, like let that be like the finger hold in the storm of chaos. Like you have enough integrity, even when it comes to your job, and then maybe use that to have that in the rest of her life as well.
Yeah.
You know, like practice it here, practice it elsewhere.
That is the hope.
That is the hope. Who knows? Heather sang. That was wonderful. I love her.
How do you not? She's
How
so
can you
adorable.
Oh, Daryl! Daryl is now out to himself. Now,
And to the people outside the courthouse.
and to the people outside that courthouse. In a city where he does not live. But he's working on it. Baby steps. He's getting there. Taking steps.
I have been not so patiently waiting for this episode. There's a cute song in it that I think you might like.
We are not mental health professionals in any form. We just like to talk about it because you can't not. Because if you don't, freak out.
Yeah. And we don't own the content, not a substitute for it. Over there somewhere else.
And now we're going to watch episode 14. Josh is going to Hawaii.
Ooh.
Crazy ex-girlfriend.
Cool.
Oh, I know that smile. Oh, I know that frown.
I know that, yeah.
Oh no.
Those are both relatable faces.
Ooh. Father Bra?
Dude,
Father Bra.
bro, what happened?
He just bailed. He said he had to go somewhere.
Bro, do you remember in the second grade when we had that class bunny carrots? I accidentally dropped her in the toilet,
Oh no.
and then I flushed.
Oh no.
But, you know, her. So I told everybody that my brother Eric did it. He was only 4 years old. I blame my baby brother for that baby bunny body.
Are you stoned right now?
Yeah. I was consumed by guilt for years. And then one day I realized I had to ask for forgiveness. And that was hard. And much like the Madonna, he forgave me. Go to the one you have wronged, my son. Perhaps they will forgive.
Dude, we're talking about Valencia.
Yeah, you're screwed.
I'm surprised with his surprise of having had the kiss happen.
Yeah, there was quite a lead up to it. He made a number of choices along the way.
Right. And to suddenly be like, oh, this happened. I'm very surprised by all this. You know, it's just kind of like,
He's repeatedly admitted to the people around him that he knows Rebecca is into him and carries on with this anyway.
I haven't formed like a whole thought about that, but I'm just gonna let it hang there for now because I'm sure we're gonna get more context.
It's a good idea.
I'm the spunky princess. Josh is the handsome prince who gets turned into a stone, and Valencia is the witch who turned him into that stone.
They're really villainizing Valencia, which kind of like,
Yeah.
Keep canceling with my shrink. I just don't have any time.
God knows why you have a shrink in the first place when you have me.
I haven't heard anything from Josh. Send him like a flirty text.
The most important thing is that you don't call, you don't email, you don't reach out in any way.
I'm not really thrilled about the idea that Paula thinks she's as good as a therapist.
Right? Yeah.
That was a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't encourage my friends to not go to therapy and see me instead.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm just going to put out there, because I also have friends who are therapists. When therapists' friends use them for therapy, they know. They can tell.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put that out there. Dear therapists, you have the right to tell your friends. You're not their fucking therapist.
A friend is not necessarily trained in the best way to do that for you. They could end up harming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's hard. Make time for your therapist.
If you can, if you have the resources, the ability, like, I know a lot of people have trouble accessing mental health
Oh, yeah.
care, so we don't want to shame you if you can't see a therapist. Like, that's not.
That's fair. Yeah. That's not what I'm trying to do, but
I didn't take it that way. I just wanted to clarify.
yeah.
I feel overdressed.
Wait a minute. Oh. Father Bra said to go to the one that he had wronged. I thought he was talking about Valencia.
But kissing you was wrong.
Sorry, what?
Wait, Trent? Tonight? Because of me?
No, he's tall. It doesn't matter. He's dead. Just don't think about him. Keep talking.
If I tell her, she's definitely gonna break up with me. Like, definitely.
She will?
Telling her is the right thing to do. Even if it means ending the relationship.
So then what happens?
Oh, well, then I go to Hawaii.
Kind of sounds like something you gotta process.
I'm sorry, Rebecca. I shouldn't have grabbed you or squeezed you or put my hand on the nape of your neck. I have to go.
Good job.
You are at the grand gesture moment. It is the best part of any rom-com. Go to your office and get a ticket on that flight right now.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
Yes, I am your funny best friend with all of the answers.
That does not seem okay.
Well, Rebecca's relationship helped Paula's relationship. So the more she keeps churning up Rebecca, like, get better, get better, get better, get better, get bigger, get bigger. Like, is that like her projecting, saying, like, I want my own relationship to get like this intense?
Maybe. Yeah.
You've been acting all weird today. What's wrong?
A man can't go to CrossFit for 6 hours?
It was a long time to be at CrossFit.
We'll talk about it tomorrow then. You better good.
No kiss?
Hmm.
I wonder what's going on.
Oh no.
I know you've often wondered, who is Daryl really?
Daryl, until February, I thought your name was Jasper.
Dietary restrictions? You betcha.
What are you doing, dude?
You know, there are times when I look out these windows and I know you're all thinking, what makes the measure of this man?
Oh my God, you'd better be dying.
Look, I called you all here to tell you with pride and excitement.
Yes.
I'm getting by. I'm getting by. Oh yeah, I'm letting my bi flag fly. My oh my, it's a fact I can't deny. I'm bye until the day I die. Oh, you're just gay. Why don't you just go gay all the way?
Erasure.
Being bi does not imply that you're a player or a slut. Sure, I like sex.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been interesting having these kinds of conversations with people who aren't familiar with the show, because when they hear the lines like, I'm not a player or a slut, they feel like it's denouncing, having sex with whomever you want, or being a slut, when understanding the character and who is saying it and why he's saying it, I think really helps. I think it also helps to be familiar with the common arguments that get thrown at bisexuals, the common stereotypes. And so this is responding to a lot of those stereotypes. It's not just out of nowhere saying these things.
Right. Yeah, I interpreted it as his saying that not to reassure me, like, hey, I'm not a slut, like, just so you know. It was in the face of detractors who would say that, well, the only reason you're saying you're bisexual is so you can have sex with more people. Like,
Right.
no, that's not what any of it is about.
I don't need a label to do that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. In fact, saying you're bi usually hurts that. In my experience, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Usually turns people off. I'm just a little bit bitter about it.
Yeah.
So if you ask me how I'm doing, I'm feeling peppy, sprightly, spry. It's not a phase, I'm not confused, not indecisive. I don't have the gotta choose blues.
Yay! He's coming out to people he knows.
We got a bi anthem.
We got a bi anthem. I guess that demographic has a bi anthem. I don't know. What's my bi anthem? I don't know. I just know that I had feelings when I watched Tracy Chapman perform when I was very young. Watching TV just mesmerized me. Oh, my little gay heart.
Yeah, I believe she won the Grammy in 1997. That's just a random fact in my head for no reason at all.
Good for her.
I'm also bisexual, and I am so glad that this office is so open.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it really sucks to be only identified by the relationship you are currently in.
And in media, there's a really long history of making bisexual characters and more vaguely queer-coded characters really immoral or evil or lacking in basic empathy, manipulative. And yeah, so it's nice to see a more positive representation of a bisexual character. I mean, Daryl is obviously a flawed human being, but it's not like Skyfall. Yeah, prior to this, there weren't a ton of positive portrayals of bisexual characters in TV. The two that really come to mind for me are Angela from Bones, who I thought was a great representation. She's so sweet and, creative, and her bisexuality was never considered a negative thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed her having a loving relationship with another woman and with men. So I thought that was cool. And Noel from Revenge from the 2010s is also a sweetie pie. We just want to snuggle, and I want all of his outfits.
I don't believe it.
God, this is perfect! Now she can lip sync on a parade float.
So we're moving on from my stuff then.
Yeah. I mean, I'll eventually be a situation where it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm breathing.
Mm-hmm. I talked about it in our Swiss Army Man reaction, but this is reminding me of my favorite coming out scene in any film, which is in Brain Candy, the Kids in the Hall movie, which has
Oh yeah,
such a good coming out scene where everybody comes together to celebrate really briefly. Fantastic, you figured it out. huzzah, who cares? Let's go back to our life now. It was just everything I wanted.
It's a negative number, Paul. It's negative a lot.
Oh, what a spine-tinglingly horrifying feeling.
Yeah.
Oh no. She forgot. She can't spend the way she was spending.
Well, she wasn't really living in New York. She didn't even have a furnished apartment, really.
Yeah.
She was just working all the time.
Oh, also, this is like anecdotally, this kind of financial situation is also something that can happen with bipolar disorder in a manic phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really easy to go broke when you're manic.
One of the ways that I got so many plants was that when I first started gardening, a bipolar friend of mine went through a manic phase and bought like 300 different types of seeds and just donated them all to our farm because she didn't want to deal with it once she like came back to reality.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Overspending. You think that everything is fine and you've got this new project and you're really doing the work to get it done.
And you have a business plan, but you need a patent first. Like, before you know it, like, all these great ideas you had and were really enthusiastic about are resulting in some very difficult times.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much blame. There's so much blame thrown around, like, when it comes to financial instability. But mental illness is definitely something that can really, 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 really hurt your finances. Just in the way that it manipulates your mind to use money.
Yes.
How could you be broke? You're rich.
I pledge $1,000. Yeah, it's really fine. I got. I'm gonna go to the bank, withdraw $10,000, and plant it in your wife's suitcase. Oh, I never worried about saving. I just never had to think about money.
You don't think about money. Wow, that must free up some time.
Hawaii is out.
What? No.
Rebecca, the mayor doesn't have all day. Or maybe he does. Yeah, he probably does. But he's out here.
You are an inspiration. We would be thrilled to give you the key to the city.
Question, is there a cash prize?
No.
I looked up the West Covina website, and that's not what the mayor looks like.
I love that.
So you and Heather split up for no reason? And now you have to work together?
There's not gonna be any drama. She broke up with me. Heather is chill, mature, tattooed. She's gonna be totally cool about it.
Hey, dude.
What's up, girl? See?
Oh, Heather is gonna show that kid some shit.
Craig is a little optimistic.
She said she saw the articles about me online, and she loves me, and she's proud of me, and she's sending me a present. Yay! I get a paycheck next week? Wait, for how much?
You don't know how much you earn?
I'm a lawyer, not an accountant.
And it's being repossessed? They're towing it right now?
No! Did you pay your lease?
I mean, my lease is set to auto pay, but what? Do I not own my car? Do I not own my car anymore? Paula?
Oh no!
A lot of people would think this would be awkward between us because we used to. You know what we used to do, but it's totally fine.
I think we were just having fun, right?
Yeah.
Oh. She said she really liked him.
See? That wasn't awkward at all.
I've never been to a place where they give you your own jacket.
Do I get to keep?
I told everyone at work about my new situation, and they were all very excited.
That's
to
great.
meet you.
You know, that's not a stage in anyone's relationship.
Well, I
It
mean,
is.
recently divorced. I think that it's really beautiful to allow yourself to grow and change in response to having met a new person. Or not even a new person, just a person, just like that connection.
Yeah.
Letting your life path be pulled by their magnetism. Even if just a couple of directions, just like let yourself be forever influenced by someone. And I mean, I know that can definitely be taken too far also, you know, if you want to completely change yourself for every new person you meet, that's a different story. But as far as Daryl and why Josh? Why Joe?
Why Josh?
Why Josh? Yeah, he's allowing himself to be open-minded to the chaos of becoming new. And I think that's really cool.
Me too.
I think we can just hang out, you know? No strings. Maybe go someplace that's flip-flop friendly.
No strings.
Sorry, I just think we should act like two normal people who have kissed twice. You know, you can do a little exploring, get on a dating website or something, see what else is out there.
I feel so much more relaxed now, thank you.
Oh shit, it's the ring.
Wow.
It's been passed down to my family for generations. So, how much you think I can get?
Oh.
Good luck, princess.
Thank you. I am a princess. And I'm also Kate Hudson.
Because Joshy told me that we were gonna have a big talk tonight. I think he's gonna propose, Mom. Yeah, Joshy knows that I have engagement rings on hold in every jewelry store in town, so I know he'll get the right one.
For Valencia.
Yeah, there is suffering and unmet expectations.
Valencia thinks she's gonna get proposed to. She is not right for him. You know this. She is mean to him. She doesn't respect him. She treats him terribly. He is clearly unhappy. This is the part where the funny singing raccoon comes along and says, "You're the princess, and you get to rescue the prince from the tower."
You're right, it's not a good relationship. And I gotta tell him not to tell Valencia. It's just the right thing to
What?
do. Give me back my phone!
No, we want that to break up. I swear to God, I will. Ha ha. Got your.
Got your car keys. What? Meet you at the ceremony, take a cab, I'll pay you back. You kissed her?
I got caught up in the moment in court. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. More sorry in my life.
Never mind, I feel so stupid.
I never meant to hurt you. This will never happen again.
Do you love her?
No. God, no.
Oh, a knife in the heart.
You forgive me?
Of course I forgive you, Joshy. I have to. You mean everything to me.
That was cute. That was a cute touch.
Yeah.
We'll start over again.
Honey, I'm not going anywhere.
I'm the villain in my own story. I'm the witch in my own tale. It's clear that my soul is up for sale.
Oh no.
But wait, how am I a villain? I give annually to UNICEF. I'm the bitch in the corner of the poster.
It's like ridiculously sinister. Like redunculously sinister.
I am but a humble yoga instructor. Anything but Prince Josh.
Shut up!
My actions have gone way too far.
Okay, so yeah.
Is being the villain my destiny?
Right, because one action means your destiny.
Oh. What help does judgment like that really do? Like, what help is it? Like, why is it this impulse to self-flagellate, to make ourselves feel bad and judge ourselves?
We want to make sure we learn our lesson.
To whom? Like, who are we proving that shit to? Like it's not enough to just learn. You must be punished. It sucks. It doesn't have to be that way.
But it is good that she's recognizing the negative consequences of her actions.
It is good, yeah. 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 But like, yes. Acknowledging negative consequences. Yes. That is an important thing. However, I mean, guilt can only be so constructive. They're both guilty.
Yeah.
Josh says out loud, I feel so guilty.
I think it
like he's making a show saying like, this is how bad I am, how bad I feel.
Right. I think that the song may also function as a way for Rebecca to acknowledge that she's been villainizing Valencia, that she had been casting Valencia in that role, and herself as the princess and the protagonist. And neither of those are correct, but it was important to understand that she was doing that to Valencia.
Mm-hmm. Which is also unwarranted and harmful.
The woman of the hour, Rebecca Bunch.
Oh
no.
Girl.
Okay, but what did I do?
You broke my heart! You dumb idiot jerk face! Ugh!
Yeah. Just because we can handle it like mature adults doesn't mean we're not upset.
Didn't dwell on particulars, but you broke up with me. You told me to run after Rebecca.
That was a test.
Test. God, I always fail the tests.
Fail if you're not actually into her.
Tests aren't fair.
No, I don't like tests either, but
I'm not quitting this job. And I'm like really good at it.
Yeah, you are. Heather, I'm sorry. I messed up.
Yeah. But that's like what you do.
Fair.
Rebecca Bunch.
Don't screw it up.
Well,
just smile and leave. Say thank you.
Breathe through it.
I think my life is a giant turd.
What?
So let's put you in front of a microphone? Amir needs to have better PR sense than that.
She loves her life. She just hates this one aspect of it.
She can't see that right now because she left her whole life to be here for Josh, right? So
we
gotta run her.
Like, I am so proud of us.
Yeah, I thought for sure you were gonna throw me out.
That's the old me. I'm hungry. Should we get dinner?
Okay, great. There's a new Indian place.
You know Indian food makes me gassy.
You should choose.
Give me the phone. Okay, well, delivery probably is gonna take forever, so you should, you're gonna get it.
Josh didn't seem super happy there.
Yeah. I think he was kind of hoping to break up.
Yeah, I think so. I think for a minute he was relieved that he wasn't in trouble, and then he realized what that really meant.
Mm-hmm. Also, just throwing it out there, is Felicity pregnant?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. There was just a moment when she was like, "I'm hungry," and she's like, "I'm being more mature now."
I saw that
Like,
too.
there's some kind of change has happened.
Yeah, there was such a realization moment, it seemed like, that I was like, what does that mean, you're hungry? What special meaning does that have? But then it didn't really go anywhere other than her being controlling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe that was just a delivery issue.
Mm-hmm. Ha.
Hey, man.
Oh!
How are you? I haven't heard from you in a while.
Actually, you know what? I'm great. I took your advice, and it's been really interesting.
I bet.
Yeah, I went out with a girl named Charlie and a guy named Dana just to make things as confusing as possible.
Aww. Shout out to my friends Charlie and Dana. One of them is a dog.
Why don't we start over? Can I buy you boba?
Sure.
Aww, they're starting over.
Why Joe really stuck up on me, because I thought he was just that weird guy who took off his shirt when there was plumbing to be done. But
yeah,
he's showing a lot of maturity. Saying like, hey, I acknowledge that you are freshly out, and I was the one who helped you along the way so far. But I invite you to not just stick to me. And that was heartbreaking at first to hear.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like how Daryl actually took the advice.
Yeah. Anytime there's some kind of experience difference between the two parties, the person with more experience has more power because they get to direct that other person who has less experience. So that person develops what they think are their own tastes and interests and things, and really they're just the interests and tastes of the person they're with because they don't have anything to compare it to. And this gets to be a problem later on. So it's really nice to see Joe taking that seriously from the get-go and encouraging him to get those other experiences.
I will not be the only one who shows you my tastes. I will not be the only one who shows how the best bars, the best drinks, the best experiences, the best way to kiss, the best everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice. Yeah. Oh, wait. Wait, is she still going to Hawaii? Even though Josh isn't? Didn't she witness Josh saying that he wouldn't go?
Yeah. I don't know. It's unclear. Maybe she decided that if he wasn't going to go, she should go and just live it up.
Or get the ring back.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's non-refundable. It was a
Wasn't
last
getting
minute.
paid at the end of the week, so.
Yeah, it was a last minute plane ticket, so
Mm-hmm.
those usually aren't the most refundable things.
So, we're stuck together for the next 5 hours. You want to give it a go? Do some therapy?
Okay.
No. We're in a public space.
Yeah. No, that's not how that works.
For starters, I was conceived on a cruise ship. I think my mom must have had some, I don't know, bad lobster. Because the second
not a good representation of a
egg,
therapist.
She got sick.
Real world.
In my narrative, I'd pictured you as like the funny singing raccoon.
Love is like digging through a trash can, searching for old banana peels.
Wow.
Aw. Yeah, I have repeatedly been confused about the writer's portrayal of what therapy is and what it's like.
Yeah.
Like several times it's gotten real weird. Like conflating psychiatrist and therapist. And
breaking ethical rules and laws.
Yeah, and threatening to call law enforcement on Rebecca if she didn't show up for an appointment.
Yeah.
And now, acknowledging her in a public space.
Yeah, not supposed to do that.
Not supposed to do that. You see your therapist out in the wild. It's okay to not make eye contact.
Yeah, they're supposed to pretend they don't know you.
Yeah.
Because that's a breach of privacy.
Yeah, to have a whole fucking therapy session on a plane with other people around, like,
no.
This is confusing. Like, surely someone's been to therapy. And the whole production team.
Yeah, like if Dr. Akopian had said it as a joke, then that would have made sense as a line to me. Like, oh, we're gonna be stuck on this plane for 5 hours. Let's do some therapy, huh? Like, that could have been delivered as a funny line, I think, and had it make sense. But having it be more literal is just like, what?
Yeah. But I think the message, okay. Let us listen to our commenters and say, even if the exact circumstances are not what we would consider reality, what's important is Rebecca is going to therapy. That is the message.
Yeah.
It's the overarching theme of the ending here. Like, it's time.
She's dealing with some shit. Finally.
Yeah.
She looked herself in the mirror and said,
to stand in a group of people who are all praising you and to think they know nothing about me. And if they really knew me deep down, then no one would love me. Like, that is such a depression. That's such a mental illness thing to think. Like, it's it's not rooted in reality. It's a perception.
and sometimes it's one that's put onto us by others. Like, ableism is a big one. I had a romantic partner who told me a lot that I was basically unlovable because of my illnesses. I'm like,
it's not true.
Thanks. Trying to internalize that.
It's like for next week.
Yeah.
We have Josh doesn't know where I am. Episode 14.
This is 14.
This is 14. Oh, crap. Then I guess the next one's 15.
15.
15. Next one's episode 15. Josh doesn't know where the fuck I am.
Yeah.
Woo!
The next time we shoot will be 2023.
Yeah. Yeah. Smell you later, 2022. I had some good times. I had some weird times. I expect the same in 2023. We'll see.
I'm hoping for something better than this year. This year was not a good one. There were good moments. There were good things that happened, but overall, wow. Thank you all so much for joining us. And it's been so lovely having 2022 with you. I mean, it's probably a couple weeks after at this point, but whatever. We'll say how much we love it now.
Should you feel so inclined, Like, comment, or subscribe.
Yeah. Oh my god. I realized this whole time our ending screen, part of it has said your website here. This whole time.
We're learning as we go.
So I thought that was pretty funny.
That's it.
All right. Good night.